Jack Palance.
Yeah, that's me, Sammy, that's me.
Elaine, you think he's all right?
I don't know, Sammy. Let's ask him. Hey, Jack, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
What the heck are you doing way out here?
Waiting for breakfast, Sammy. It's gonna be here in a few minutes.
I think he's nuts.
Sammy?
Where are you going first?
Studio City, California. We have a meeting with Michael Bell, and then we're off to Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Where I'm gonna make great beer in 30 seconds.
Yeah, good luck, Sammy. Don't you have any of that.
It's all for Sammy.
Bye.
Good luck.
We're so happy to have you back with us again. We have a great show for you today, don't we, Sammy?
Yes, beautiful.
Thank you.
No, Elaine, I'm talking about the show. First, we have Michael Bell, who does amazing things with his voice. Then we're going back to Pennsylvania to visit the oldest brewery in the United States. I'm going to show you how to save a lot of time making beer. They take months. I'm going to do it in less than a minute. No kidding.
And then Jack's Corner with one of our great and legendary presidents. This is a 1942 Lincoln Continental convertible. It's the only car in the Modern Museum of Art in New York City. And this was the last Continental convertible made until after the war.
There are only about 100 of them left.
I hate television.
What was that?
What was that?
I don't know. But could it be?
I don't know. Let's find out.
All right, let's go.
I'm sorry, Handy, but if I can't get around on my own steam, well, I don't want to get around at all.
But Hefty, you do use your own steam.
No, Handy. Thanks, but no thanks.
It's hot. I'm melting.
Well, thank you, Grouchy. Michael, how many Smurf voices do you do?
Well, for the show, I have Handy, Lazy, Grouchy, and occasionally I'm a visiting guest. And now that the Smurfs are traveling to different countries, I sometimes do Gargamel as Gargovich or Gargovitsky or whatever it is, whatever country we're in.
Well, in addition to doing the voices for some of the Smurfs, how many other voices do you do?
Well, I have other shows. I did G.I. Joe, the Transformers, the Inhumanoids, Adventures of the Puppies. I have about 20 cartoon series, most of them on the USA channel running now.
Do you have a favorite?
It's hard to say what's a favorite. I kind of love Grouchy. He is so mean. And Lazy.
Lazy talks like this. He's very, very sleepy in everything he does, and in the middle of everything, he just...
He's like a politician.
Michael, I guess you've noticed I've perfected my Texas dialect.
For a girl from Brooklyn, that is really
It's
wonderful.
amazing, I know. You do a lot of dialects, don't you?
Yeah, well, you have to. You have to, I'm an actor first. So you have to cover all bases. I don't want to lose out to something because I don't do East Indian. So I have to, really study it and know what I am doing, right? And try all different kind of things. Okay, so if somebody says, we need for you to do a dog, but the dog has to be French, and the dog sneezes. So if you have a dog that goes, fine, he sneezes, that's cute, but it has to be French. And you try something a little bit different. Whatever it is, to add to it, to make it sound different. But you have to have dialects behind you. You have to study that kind of, English. There's a great many Cockney stuff, a lot of Cockney stuff going on now. So you have to talk like this, right? You just can't sound, just can't take the E's away. You've got to have the whole look. You've got the whole quality, right? Is that right? So you've got to study it. So you pick up the Beatles, and you run some old films, and you develop it part. I guest starred in the first Star Trek, the new Star Trek, the pilot. I played Groppler Zorn. I look like Betty Davis in the morning.
Or she'll love that.
But I didn't talk like that, did I?
Gosh, you seem to have so much fun
It is fun.
doing what you do.
How is it working with one of the greats, Mel Blanc?
I wrote a note to Noel, his son, when Mel passed away, and I said, it is only fitting that Sir Mel meet Sir Lawrence at long last, since they were both tops in their life. And we did a series here called Speed Buggy, and he did that famous car that he did for Jack Benny, the thing, that wonderful sound. And I'd sit on the right of him, and here I was working with Mel Blanc. And after a while, we became friends. In the beginning, it's kind of intimidating, but it was very funny. He had a thing, he went all out with his parts. And in this particular character, it was, okay, and he would do that. I sat on the directly left of him. So I'd say something like, well, what are we doing now, Speed Buggy? You know, because I was always, young, what would you say, young leading man on these things. He'd go, I don't know, we gotta do something. And I'd go. So for the first 2 shows, I wore short sleeves, whipped across here. And eventually, anytime a guest star came, the guest heavy, I'd put them next to Mel.
The tarp.
And we'd go, yes, and it was like their turn in the barrel, and we'd sit there, and Mel would go, and you'd see the guest go, and look at everybody else. And we'd all just like watch, look straight ahead, nothing. We didn't even know what was going on. But this person would be drenched. Mel was phenomenal.
You're making me tear.
He was phenomenal. He was just...
Well, I have really enjoyed...
Wait, no, you're going to do something.
Oh,
we got to do this right. If you're going to do a voice, I know you're going to do it. I can feel the voice coming.
Watch this.
Okay.
I am practicing my French accent. I want to try to be a Smurfette from Paris. Is it possible?
Check, please. Can I have a table further back?
No, I do an Italian accent, but I won't do that now.
Yes.
Michael, we want to thank you for being on our show. It's certainly been a pleasure.
My pleasure. It was my pleasure being here. Thank you for asking.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So you want to be an actor, huh? Want to make a lot of money. Well, okay, baby, but hang on to your cornfield, because you never know. Every year, thousands of young actors pour into Hollywood. They don't seem to care that the rate of unemployment is more than 85%. Oh, right now, Elaine is talking to a beautiful, talented young actress, Sean Young. Sean has starred in films like No Way Out, Cousins, and also the biggest moneymaker of all time, Batman, for 1 week. She was learning to ride, was thrown from the horse, broke her collarbone, and was replaced by Kim Basinger. So Sean knows all about the breaks of Hollywood. Still in her 20s, she has a realistic picture of Startown, USA. She knows that every studio in Hollywood has a solid foundation of tinsel and baloney. Let's listen.
I have a good time in Los Angeles when I've got the job and they pay for me to go out there and my expenses are paid. And Los Angeles, the Hollywood community out there, likes people that they want. And if they want you, they're real nice to you. But they tend to like and want what they can't have. And so being in New York seems to work in my favor. And it protects me a lot from feeling out of place, because I tend to feel out of place if I'm unemployed in Los Angeles. It's like that Sunset Boulevard movie, you know, with Gloria Swanson, a sort of desperate feeling.
You're doing so well in Hollywood right now. Were you always sure you'd be successful?
Well, I had dreams. You know what I mean? I had I always wanted to be famous. I know that sounds really strange, but I kind of always wanted. I think there are a lot of people that want that, and it doesn't seem so unusual. This is really a strange point, but it doesn't seem unusual to me now. I think it would have seemed more unusual to me if my dreams hadn't have come true, because we all have dreams when we're little kids. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Does that sound strange? It's like,
It was meant to be.
yeah, I
Right.
mean, because when you have such belief as a little kid, that what really seems to shock people is when their dreams don't come true. Do you know? That
Yeah.
seems to be what seems to be harder to take. He's got to think, oh, this is your lipstick?
That's
Is this
my
yours?
lipstick. It looks
Okay.
good on you, though.
Hey, what do you do for a living?
Good question.
You got a good answer.
What's your IQ?
Genius.
Well, you ought to have plastic surgery.
Why?
Because Because you don't look like a genius.
I'll take a chance. What do I look like? A moron?
I hate people who answer their own questions.
Hey, wait a minute.
Isn't this a beauty? It's a 1954 Rolls-Royce Silver Wraith, known for its enormous headlights and its beautiful flying lady. Its owner is David Spellerberg.
He owns the National Heritage Gallery in Beverly Hills.
Right.
That's the business to be in.
Oh, that's right, Sammy. All you need is a tremendous amount of talent.
And you don't think I have it, huh?
Oh, Sammy, you're loaded.
Well, maybe I'm not right now, but when I finish making that 30-second beer, I will be. Let's go, Elaine.
We're off to LAX, and then Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Here we come.
You've been in business for over 160 years, and we'd like to find out why.
Why what?
Why you've been able to survive for so long.
Yeah, 160 years and 5 generations of your family in the same business, that's remarkable.
Well, probably because we give the people what they want. Let me show you. What would you like, bottle or draft?
Sammy has decided that he wants a fresh,
That's right.
fresh brewed
Fresh
draft
stuff.
beer.
Today? You mean prepared today?
That's right, Dick. Prepared today.
Okay. Okay, today's brew.
The fresh stuff.
You drink this. Elaine?
No, I think I'll just watch, thanks.
Okay. Here's to you, Dick.
Ooh.
Oh, my God! That's terrible, Dick. How did you guys get such a great reputation?
By waiting at least 30 days before we sell our product.
30 days?
30 days. Now come with me and I'll show you something. In the brewing process, the 4 main ingredients in beer, water, corn grits, barley malt, and hops are mixed in the 4 vessels. After fermentation, the beer is filtered, carbonated, stored again for a period of about 10 days, where it is refiltered, recarbonated, and it is ready for kegging or bottling. The bottles come into the bottling shop where they're uncased, rinsed and sterilized, filled, crowned, and into the pasteurizer for pasteurization. After the bottles are pasteurized, they're labeled, packed in 6-packs, and then into cases where they're ready for shipment to the public. These are what we call vats, where we store thousands and thousands of gallons of fresh beer for over 30 days.
How many thousands of gallons is this?
Well over 300,000 gallons.
Oh, it's cold in here.
I mean,
About 35 degrees in here.
goodness.
This is what the beer tastes like. Joanne?
Oh, good.
All right. Okay. This is great. This is the best.
Oh, he's right. This is delicious.
Still want some champagne?
Gee, that's what I thought this was.
Thank you. And thank you for coming here to Yuengling's.
Hey, folks, how about this beauty?
Oh, thank Thank you, Sammy.
Sorry, Elaine. I was talking about this.
Oh, well, I don't mind playing second fiddle to a Stradivarius.
You weren't listening. This is a 1938 Wraith limo, the quietest car ever built. Not whatever you said.
Right, Sammy, right. And now we're going to meet that famous American president and his lovely first lady.
You mean it's time for Jack's Corner?
Yes, it is, and we're going in this beautiful...
Stradivarius?
No, Sammy, I was going to say this beautiful Rolls Royce.
Come on along, everybody.
On March 4th, 1869, Ulysses S. Grant became the 18th President of the United States. Right after he finished reading his inaugural address, he turned to his wife, Julia, took her hand and said quietly, "And now, my dear, I hope you're satisfied." Mr. Grant, what did that mean?
Yes, well, really that was said in jest more than anything else. Julia and I had talked about the presidential possibilities during the war, and on this day, it seemed like a mirage turned to reality.
I guess I was like a little girl. I was so proud of being the wife of this great man. But first, the general of all the victorious Union armies, and then president of the United States. Oh, I wanted so much for him. There would never be enough.
As well as for yourself?
Yes, was that wrong?
No, my dear, no.
Well, then what?
Mrs. Grant, forgive me. There's no intention on my part to look for right or wrong. Your reputation while in the White House was above reproach. You were regarded as one of the most delightful hostesses of all the first ladies ever.
Was I?
Yes.
Oh, but you couldn't have heard this, of course. Did you read this?
Yes. Yes, many, many times.
Oh, how nice. Oh, and I do hope they wrote, and still do write, of course, lovely things about my Ulysses.
Yes, volumes of words have been written about him, almost all complimentary.
Almost all? Then there were some unflattering reports? Was it because of me? Was it something I did or said?
Julia, please. Please, my dear. She has ever been my greatest defender.
Yes, I can see that.
Well, sometimes I had to, because Ulysses, on occasion, could be quite reticent. Taciturn, they said. So I had to adopt a plan for myself. And I told his friends about it. Oh, they used it with great success.
Can you reveal this plan?
Oh, yes, of course. I would begin telling a story with which he was perfectly familiar, and would purposely tell it all wrong.
And then I would say, Julia, you're telling it all wrong.
And I would ask, well, how does it go then?
And then I would begin to tell the story.
And he would tell it beautifully, and they'd go on talking brilliantly for the rest of the evening.
Running off at the mouth, I think we called it.
How strange to hear laughter again.
Don't you laugh up there?
Oh, yes, of course, always. But it's different. We see it everywhere. It's beautiful. Like, oh, I did so love being First Lady. I didn't want it to end. I wanted Ulysses to go on and on and on. I would have been so happy, so very happy. Oh, Ulysses, you'd have made me ecstatically happy.
But you, Mr. Grant, didn't you feel that way about the presidency?
No. No, I had had enough. I wanted to rest. Julia once interrupted me in the cabinet meeting in my office and later demanded to know what happened. I said that...
I knew something was wrong, and Ulysses, told me. The Republican State Convention in Pennsylvania had formally proposed his renomination. And he had sent a letter announcing he had no intention of running again.
Julia asked for the letter. Fortunately, it was gone.
Yes, gone. He went out and mailed it himself. Oh, I was so hurt, so deeply hurt. Oh, Eunice, why? It took so long to get over the hurt.
Yes. She wept when we left the White House. She was unbelievably distressed about renomination.
But didn't you change your mind later?
Yes, 4 years later, yes. At that time, I said that...
He said that he was supremely indifferent to the idea. But I was delighted when he added that he would be available. But then he did nothing to further his chances. He led on the first ballot and throughout the entire week. But he refused to go to the convention. Well, of course they had no alternative but to turn to someone else. Oh, I was shattered.
Yes. She asked me why I did not desire success.
Oh, did you answer?
Yes, I said that she was my success.
Oh, Ulysses, I remember that. I wanted you to be king of the entire world.
We were relatively successful, my dear.
Oh, yes, but there could have been so much more if only you had listened.
Julia.
I know you love me.
Yes.
And I love you.
And I will see you next week.
2003. Hey, Jack! Now what the heck are you doing way out here?
I'm waiting for dinner, Sammy.
Yeah, I guess you're gonna drop right from heaven.
That's right. Yep, they're gonna drop right in. Come on, join me. Come on. Silly, here we go.
Michael Bell was so much fun. You know, he taught me how to talk underwater. Watch this.
What about you? Did you learn to?
No, I almost drowned.
Oh, come on. What about next week?
Next week, we have a very special show. We're doing the entire show from Tehachapi, California.
Yeah, we have Noah Berry Jr., Jack Wilson from the movie Shane.
Prove it. Hey, here comes dinner.
Dinner is served.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.